Hello everyone, I'm very excited to record this first video of the channel which will be dedicated to investment trading where I will tell you about my strategy, the trading strategy which I developed over recent years. So let's just dive in. And so I'm using the Mac here to record these videos, but for the trading I'm using this virtual machine which I have. So today we are going to open the trading account, demo account, with fxcm broker, just to introduce you how to open the account. And today we will start this demo which we will run over the year, and we'll see how much we can gain over this time. So I will start with downloading the application. So we will go to fxcm.com, and I'm not trying to advertise this particular broker because there's plenty of different brokers which you can use depending on your location and preference. fxcm is the company which I worked with, so I'm familiar with the interface, and I know it's actually a pretty good company as well. I have live accounts with them, had them for a few years, and they've been doing pretty good so far. So on this website we are going to download the MetaTrader 4. So the MetaTrader is the application which is universal and many companies using it. And besides of MetaTrader, fxcm have their own program which called the TradeStation, and we can download that one as well. But because I have this downloaded already, I'm not going to download it now. And we actually we can use MetaTrader from fxcm, or there's alternative, and I think that's what I prefer, MetaTrader version 4. So this is a non-vendor specific website. Let me find that. It's right here, www.metatrader4.com. So I will download this software because it's not tied to any vendor, so it's available for Windows, and even though they say it's available for Mac and Linux, Android, so I don't recommend using it on Mac because it wasn't working well, and I don't think it's actually available because here you will see that they will tell you to install the virtual box or some sort of virtual machine to run this application. So I was using Windows for MetaTrader, and it's been working pretty good, and I think that's probably the best option. And of course there's Android and Apple iPhone and iPad versions which working pretty good as well, so I'm using those. Here I'm not going to proceed with download because I have it already, but that's the application which you need. But we will go ahead and install it. So for my downloads, let me just open that. And I'm not sure why I can't open it like that, but that's fine because we're going to downloads folder, and I have it here. I have a bunch of other stuff which I will tell you about later. So right now let's go ahead and install MetaTrader. So it will just take a few moments. It's not a very long process. I'm just doing it because I want to show you from the beginning where you have to start and how to do it properly. So this application I think I will download some files. Yeah, it just some extensions it's using, and you see it's finished now. And we also will install this application, TradeStation, as soon as MetaTrader finishes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this one as well, because we'll need it to run the expert advisors, and I will tell you about those in a second. So let's install TradeStation for all users. And the TradeStation is fxcm proprietary software, and you normally would use TradeStation because I think it works pretty good, because fxcm invested a lot to develop this application. But the reason I'm using MetaTrader, because my account is open as a MetaTrader, because it's two different types of accounts with fxcm. And if you're using MetaTrader account, you can access it from TradeStation as well. But if you have TradeStation account, you cannot use MetaTrader. So because I have expert advisors universally ran on MetaTrader, I'm using accounts created under this application, as well as I'm using TradeStation to run some different applications specifically for fxcm. Okay, so let me just add fxcm scan. So you can see if you scan other brokers, you would, if they use MT4, you would probably see them here. And there's a bunch of different let me just shut down the audio here. There's a bunch of different servers, so depending on what currency your account in and what location, what country you live in, you would use different server. There's a Canadian, Australian, Europe, whatever. So we will open USD demo. This is what we're going to use for this in this videos to demonstrate the strategy which I've developed and which I'm going to use and teach you how to trade, and we'll show you how my strategy works, and we'll update hopefully daily or maybe a few times a week on the status, and we'll see what kind of results we can achieve by the end of 2016. So we open a new demo account here, and that's just some information which I've entered. So I'm going to name it. That would be the name. United States, I think, is fine. Let's put Houston, Texas, doesn't matter. Address, phone, so I will put my email address here, US dollars. That's a leverage 1 to 100, so we'll get the max leverage. And for initial deposit, I think we'll be good with 100,000. We'll just use it for demo purpose, but it doesn't have to be that much money, or it can be more, but I'll just use 100,000 because it's a nice round number. And we should agree with to subscribe to whatever, so they would let us open this account. So now it just takes a few seconds to register, and here we were given a login number, password, and there's investor password. So this is, as you can see, the read-only password, which you can use to give to your investor. Say if you trade somebody else's capital, so there's an option to give investor read-only account so they can see what you're doing and what's the status of the account. So I'm going to change the password, the right password, later, so because I don't want someone to accidentally log in with this password and start messing around with this account. So I will change it before I update the video, but investor password will remain as you see it. So if you want to log into this account and check it maybe later on, so please use this password and this login number. So I'm saying finish here. So that's basically our account. You can see the name here, Invest of Canada, and that's MT4 interface. And I'm going to show you this interface in the next video, because I plan to open the different account to use in the slightly different strategy, because I have a couple strategies available. But for this particular case, we will be using fxcm TradeStation. So this guy. So we'll use fxcm TradeStation to manage account which we just created. And on this account, we will be trading gold. So it will be just gold, and I will give you more details about the strategy itself, and you will see how we do it. But for now, I'm just going to access this information. So that's account number 2667546. So I'm typing 2667546. That's the account number. Excuse me. And the password is QTAL7JX. So I hope I will remember that. But if not, we'll come back. QTAL. Okay, so that's QTAL. Let's go back. L7JX. And as I said, I will change this password later, but for now I will just go ahead and use it so we don't have to stop the video and delay anything at this time. So when you install the TradeStation, you will see a bunch of stuff. So that's when you log in for the first time. It will give you this kind of window, and I think there's a market scope, which I'm not really using it, but if you have a need in that application, you can go ahead and use it. So this is how default window looks like, and you can see there's a bunch of different instruments, currencies, indexes. There's US dollar, UK, whatever. So there's a lot of stuff available for trading, but we will talk about other stuff later. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and set up this window so it would look a little bit better the way I use it. So I just close stuff which I don't need. There's open positions, and basically split the window in two pieces, in two sides, and so I'd have more space. And here, because we're only going to trade gold in this account, so I'm going to close everything. Okay, so it won't let me to close anything right now. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't really matter, because all we need is this instrument right now. So that's the gold. And so if I select gold here, let's see first if I have access at all. So if I go and do the entry, create entry order, So we have 100,000. So I think we'll just trade. So that would be 100,000 lot. We can actually go more conservative and use only 50. And here, and you know what? Actually, this is a silver, so that's the gold. Okay, so we go on entry, select 50 for the size of the position. That's the buy. So we have 1275 price right now. So I just want to put 1280, and this is just to test and see if I can do actually orders. Yeah, so it works. I wanted to make sure that I'm not logged in as a read-only account, and to test that. So it's 1280. We can do 1285. And I will explain you more as we progress through these videos, what exactly I'm doing and what's the strategy. Right now, I'm just I'm kind of setting it up, so we'll have it up and running, and then we will take care of all the details. And entry sell, I put 1270 here. I'll just put few entry orders for now, and we'll proceed with the automation. So this is actually, I was incorrect. I'm going to remove this order, so because we need to sell 1270, sell order 1265, and entry sell order 1260. So okay, so you can see like from the current price, basically what I did, I put orders every 50 or every 500 pip down to sell, and every 500 pip up to buy 50 units of gold. So, and this is like when we put more orders, it will be larger range. And basically, I will explain you later why and how this works. But for now, let me just install the automation. So install the robot. Basically, this is in MetaTrader, this thing called Expert Advisor. So this is a program which would watch your positions and maybe open, close positions depending on the code. And here I have a couple of robots specifically programmed for TradeStation. So this is a bit different. They do pretty much the same stuff, but it's a different code because it's specifically programmed for TradeStation. It can only be used with fxcm. But the other stuff which I have for MT4, MetaTrader 4, they can be used with pretty much any broker which works with MT4. So here I have this extension which I just added to the application. So let me go ahead and open it. And here I will select gold. That's what we're going to do. Watch the gold. And there's you can see there's few options here. So this is what happens. I call this extension the Smart Stop. So basically this extension will be watching any positions open for gold, and we set up it this way. We put say 700, 200 here, and let's say 1200, and put 400. So that's a pip value. basically what it does here, you see profit level 700 pip, log profit 200. That said, when the open position would gain 700 pip, this application will lock in 200 points on the gold. When it continues going high and gain 1200 pip, so the stop will be moved to 400 pip on gold. So I saved it as a default, click OK. So let me see now. I can't really, and I don't know why, because I think this is MT4 account, so maybe it doesn't let me to do it. But I think I'll just take care of that later, so we don't have to do it right now. But basically, what I'm going to do here is just to clean it a little bit, because there's a lot of stuff which we're not interested, a lot of instruments, so I wanted to remove those instruments. And normally you would just close it from here, but you see I can't do it right now, but that's fine, it's not a big deal. So maybe it's here, symbol subscription list. Yeah, I think, okay, so we can do it this way. Basically, I just remove everything which we're not trading, and that would be everything except of gold. So we just remove it because it consumes bandwidth, because it needs to update all the symbols, and it just, there is a chance for mistake, because if you have too many things, so you can accidentally open position on other instrument which you're not trading. And in our case, we will only trade gold, and we will not touch anything else in this account. So now let me explain what actually this strategy does and how it works. So I'm going to open this chart. So let me see. So there's a very nice website which you can use for free, that gives you access to charts. So you can log in with your Google account and enable instruments which you want to track. You can save, like here you see, you can save the charts. So if you follow something, you can basically create your chart, update it, and come back to it, basically any chart you want. And so you will have easy access to things which you follow. So I like it. I like this website, TradingView.com, and I use it for my own trading, to view some charts which I'm interested in. And here's the gold. I will just use it to explain how we going to trade. So that's a daily chart. So you see that's gold basically was going up recently. Pretty good move. And in my strategy, how I trade it, if you talk to anyone in the world, any expert, they might tell you they know the market, but reality is like nobody knows the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, how market's going to react to some news. It's unknown. Anything can happen in the market. It's not rational, even though people are saying the market's rational, but they can do anything. On the market, everything is possible, and sometimes people would think, okay, say gold is gotta go up or gotta go down because of this and that, because some fundamental forces which would move it, but it goes opposite direction and everyone just shrugs their shoulder and they don't know what's going on, why this thing going down, and they stuck to the idea. They just, you know, they're not flexible. They don't have this flexible mind, which is very dangerous in trading, because they just heard somewhere, or they have this idea that this thing is gonna go up or gonna go down. And say if somebody believes that gold would go down at this time, and they would just short it, and it goes against them, and eventually they would just give up, or they would have a margin call, or they just, I don't know, like run out of money or run out of patience, and they would exit position, and at that time gold starts going down. And like right now here, that's a daily chart. Let's look at maybe on the weekly chart. You see the gold was since what, 2012, 11, 12, was pretty much trending down. And that's my chart, which I have like this technical analysis. And finally, just recently, a few weeks ago, gold broke this downtrend. All these lines you see, that's the technical analysis, which can be done. Basically, we just, broke this trend line. But the question is, what's going to happen now? Right here, someone might say, okay, so it probably will come up to here, because based on some technical analysis, we measure this distance and we put it here, so we come up with this, and that line would cross this trend line over here. So let's say in 3-4 weeks we will see gold 1335, but we don't know if it's going to get there, or if it's going to come down maybe 1100 before it goes there, or is it gonna break through and go all the way to 1500. We don't know. And when I developed my strategy, I was looking for something, to follow that would follow the price action, that would follow the trend, would follow what's happening on the market, no matter what news are, what analysts saying, just because it's not reliable thing, because here, like, gold just was ranging, and how do you know if you're somewhere here, is it gonna come down right through, or is it going up, or if you were here, like, is it gonna touch this line, or is it just gonna, so you just don't know. So basically, because we don't know, and we as traders, we don't care, we just needed to move. So I've developed a strategy which would follow the price action. You probably heard, or you can go ahead and Google, read about the turtle traders, the guys who followed the big trends, and it was a bit different. I didn't mimic exactly what turtle traders did, but I've incorporated some of it in my strategy. And there's a strategy called the pyramiding, when you pretty much you move with the trend and you build up position. So I think my strategy probably close to that. So basically, if we were here at this point, I put positions to buy let's say every 500 pip, whatever, all the way up here, and as long as we go up, we open new position. Every time we move up, we add on, and building it, to the infinity. And all positions which were opened earlier, those would be protected with the stop, and that would be moved, high. When this trend is over, it comes down, so we take the profit and we start selling it. going opposite direction, and then moves stop down, 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 down. It turns around, comes back up. We do the opposite thing. So it's not perfect, but there's nothing is perfect, right? So say if we get here, we have maybe a few positions open uh, at this level, which not protected, so we can't take profit because they're not profitable. But that's okay, because when we turn around, maybe you have like 2 or 3 positions open at this level, but when you start coming down, you open like 20, 50, 100 positions this way, and those are profitable. So the profit which you take on this leg will uh, will compensate whatever you lose on these positions. And you can be trading in range, and that's the different strategy I have for range. But for trend, for gold, because I like gold, it's extremely volatile and it moves pretty good. So I picked gold for this strategy to follow the trend. And as we go, I will give you more details, more examples, explain you how this thing works. And if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask me questions. I will cover them in the next videos. But right now, today is March 10, 2016, and we've opened this brand new account, and now it's a Calgary, Alberta time. So, and at this time we have Asian markets open, and Asian markets usually they're pretty slow because there's not enough volume, and usually overnight uh, during Asian sessions markets don't move much. And now you can see here, not necessary for gold, but usually the biggest volume happening when London and New York's sessions open. So that's my time would be like between 6 and 9, 10 in the morning. So that's when big things happen. But it may go through Asian session, doesn't matter. But normally that would be like Asian session, something like that. When there's no big move happening, and European session would move it like this, big candles. So back to this strategy. What I'm doing here, I do daily checks, and from today we will be covering it every day. Well, not tomorrow, because tomorrow Friday, by the time I will record this video, markets will be closed. But we'll run these sessions on open market. So the next video would be on Sunday night, because Sunday 3 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. markets open, and around 6, 7 I can review positions and move stops, because there's some manual intervention. Even though this is automated system, we still need to take care of that, but only spend like 5 minutes a day, not even every day. So the idea is I want to show you how little time you can spend trading, having the solid strategy and having some simple tools, and how much gain you can actually have. Because when I'm watching this business channels and people, they saying like, oh, we made like 8%, 10% a year, I'm just smiling like, come on guys, like 10%, third world countries, they pay like 15% on bank deposits. Not here, not in North America, but I mean, what is 10-15%? I know this thing can make over 100% a year with a very low risk. I mean, you're not like going reckless and burning all your account. You do pretty conservative stuff. But even being conservative, you will see. So we start in March. So in a few months, you will see what we can actually turn this 100,000 account in. So now you see like there's no positions open. It's all calm. So I'm just for now I'm going to go ahead and put more orders. So we do every 500 for now, 50 the size. So and then later on we can maybe increase, reduce a step to be a little bit more aggressive, because this is very conservative, and I want to start. I want to go and just be extremely aggressive at this time, because it's not necessary. So let me just put few more orders here. So I think I'll do 95, and then I'll do 1300. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 in each side, and to sell 1255. So we're gonna put 1255 and 1250. So that, okay, so I think I just, and with trading I will tell you a lot of stories down the road, and I will cover stuff which not related to this specific account, but just overall about investment and trading, and what things that you should watch out, because simple stuff like you can mess up by putting sell versus buy order by accident, because you don't pay attention to details, or you can have, say, wrong position size. You can put 500 instead of 50 by mistake, and that can cost you a lot of money. In that case, you can burn your account if you're wrong, or if you're lucky you can make a lot of money. But it's not about luck, it's about strategy, it's about being being careful, having this very low risk profile, and just slowly building up your equity. So I can go ahead and put all the way down to 1100 and 1400, but I don't want to make this video too long. We can do it on Sunday because there's plenty of time, and to be honest, I don't think it will move that far, but it can. Sometimes Fridays are just ugly, stuff move because traders expect some news over the weekend, so they got nervous. So Fridays, sometimes they do move a lot. Markets do move a lot on Friday. But right now we'll just leave it here, and I'm going to just minimize it. So this virtual server which I have, it will run forever, because we need the application to be open, and I will tell you later how you can get the virtual server and what the options are, so you don't have to run your computer at home all the time. So this is it. We just set up the brand new account. You can scroll back and watch video again if you want, how we did it, and to see the account number and password if you decide to install this application. Use the read-only password to log in and see this in real time. So I'm going to pause here and just I think come back in a few days, and if you like it, please let your friends know about this channel. I plan to be consistent over next months, so we will cover many interesting things, about finance, and we will come back to review this account, and we'll start the new account on Sunday using slightly different strategy, and both of them been profitable so far, so I just want to go live and show it in real time. So let me just close this, and I think that's by the way, that's the login and investor password, and this will be changed before I upload the video. So thank you very much for your time, and